Capricorn, before you scroll, pause for a moment. Something powerful is about to be said that your spirit has been waiting to hear. This is not coincidence. You found this message because it was meant for you. You've been carrying questions that no one could answer, pain that no one could see, and a silent strength that most people underestimated. But something about today, October 31, carries a vibration that feels different. It's almost like the air around you has shifted, like a storm that finally starts to calm before revealing the rainbow. So before we go deeper, I want you to type, "I receive it," in the comments right now, because that simple act is how you agree with your divine alignment. Don't just watch, claim this energy, because what's about to unfold could change everything. You see, for months now, Capricorn, you've been walking through a strange silence. Doors that once opened easily suddenly shut. People who once loved you started acting like strangers. It's almost as if the world went quiet just to test your patience. But there's something no one tells you about divine silence. It's never empty. It's filled with rearrangement. You weren't being punished, you were being prepared. You were never being ignored, you were being positioned. The silence wasn't rejection. It was protection from what would have distracted you from your destiny. Think of Oprah Winfrey. She once said she thought losing her job as a television reporter was the end of her career. She felt humiliated, uncertain, and unseen, but that loss became the doorway to her life's greatest work. When she was fired, life wasn't saying no, it was saying not here. And today, the same shift that took her from rejection to reign is happening in your energy field. You've been through losses that made you doubt your light, but you forgot one thing: Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, the planet of discipline and divine timing. When your blessings delay, they don't disappear, they mature. You've been wondering why you had to walk alone lately, why people walked away without warning, why opportunities seemed to vanish right when you were close to breakthrough. But that's how the universe cleans a stage before the main act begins. Some people were never meant to witness your success. They were only there to test your faith. Every lonely night, every silent tear, every "I'll be okay" that you whispered to yourself, all of it was recorded in the spiritual archives. Nothing you've endured is wasted. Capricorn, there's something magnetic about your pain. You don't show it, but you feel everything deeply. You're the one who keeps moving while others rest. You're the one who gives when you have little left to offer. You carry everyone, but no one truly knows how heavy your load is. But that's about to change. Today, the universe is shifting something in your name. It's your turn to be carried. It's your time to be seen. Do you feel that sudden heaviness lifting lately? That's the sign. The pressure that once felt unbearable is starting to break open new light. It's like the earth cracking before new flowers bloom. You might not see it yet, but the universe has already signed the papers for your promotion in love, health, and wealth. And it's strange how divine timing works. Sometimes, right before the miracle, life will test you with everything you thought you'd already healed from. It'll bring back people from your past, temptations you thought you buried, or fears you thought you conquered. But those aren't setbacks, they're confirmations that the lesson is complete. That's the moment where heaven watches to see if you're still reactive or if you're finally ready. I need you to listen closely now. The Roman god Saturn, the very energy that rules your sign, represents the harvest and karma. What you sowed in silence, you're about to reap in public. But the harvest doesn't begin in abundance, it begins in endings. October 31 isn't just the last day of the month. It's a spiritual closing ceremony. It's the final test before a new cycle starts. The universe is checking who you've become through the storms. Have you grown or have you hardened? Have you learned to let go of control and trust divine timing? Joseph in the Bible was betrayed by his brothers, thrown into a pit and sold into slavery. He could have cursed the heavens, he could have lost faith, but what he didn't know was that every betrayal was redirecting him to a palace. One morning he woke up as a prisoner. By evening he was ruling over Egypt. That's the pattern of divine reversal. And Capricorn, you're standing right on the edge of that kind of reversal. You think you're still in the pit, but heaven has already sent for you. Type "I am ready for my palace season" in the comments, because when you speak it, you align with it. This channel exists to awaken that part of you that forgot you're divinely chosen. Every like, every share, every word you write here isn't random, it's energy exchange. When you engage, you claim your seat in this divine flow. Don't hold back, because what's unfolding now is your transformation. But before that transformation manifests, there's something you must understand. The reason it took this long isn't because you were unworthy, it's because what's coming is enormous. The bigger the blessing, the longer the preparation. You were never being delayed, you were being built for endurance. When gold is purified, it's melted 7 times. You've been through 7 cycles of purification, heartbreak, betrayal, loss, confusion, waiting, doubt, and rebirth. And now the fire has done its job. You remember when you almost gave up recently, that day when you said to yourself, I can't do this anymore. The very next day, something small gave you hope again, a message, a sign, a random quote that said, keep going. That wasn't luck. That was divine interception. Your ancestors, your spirit guides, and your guardian angels have been working overtime to make sure you don't stop one step before your breakthrough. Think about Elon Musk, sleeping on factory floors, drowning in debt, ridiculed for his vision. Everyone called him crazy, but the moment the world needed innovation, he was already prepared. That's what's happening to you right now. You've been misunderstood because your destiny doesn't fit in normal patterns. People won't understand you until they see the results. Capricorn, I feel it deeply. Something about your name is being mentioned in rooms you haven't entered yet. There are people talking about you in opportunities you haven't even applied for. Your name is being carried by divine wind. There's favor surrounding you that doesn't make logical sense. That's what happens when the universe decides it's your time. Your health, too, has been under strange pressure lately. Sudden fatigue, emotional exhaustion, or restless nights. That's not illness, it's energetic cleansing. Your body is shedding stored pain, releasing old vibrations, making space for new light. When you suddenly feel tired for no reason, it's your soul saying, let me heal. Stop fighting it. Rest is part of the alignment. Wealth is circling you now, but it's coming in unusual ways. For some, it's through old debts being paid unexpectedly. For others, it's through an idea that suddenly gains attention. Sometimes the blessing hides inside the problem. A Capricorn once lost his job, but instead of breaking, he started a small online service. Within a year, that service turned into a company worth millions. The same kind of reversal is written in your stars. And love, this area has tested you the most. You've given your loyalty to people who couldn't hold it. You've poured into relationships that left you empty. But the truth is, you weren't cursed in love. You were being taught discernment. The universe didn't let the wrong ones stay because it needed your heart to be untainted for the one that's truly meant to see you. You had to learn to love yourself without attachment. That's why you had to walk alone for a while, not because you were forgotten, but because your next love is divine. Capricorn, have you ever noticed how every time you thought it was over, something always pulled you back up? That's not coincidence. That's destiny refusing to let you fall. You are not ordinary. You are chosen for something that requires uncommon endurance. Remember the Great Fire of London? It destroyed almost everything. People thought the city would never recover, but out of that destruction rose a modernized, stronger London. The fire didn't end the city, it renewed it. Your life mirrors that same story. Everything that burned down in your life was making space for something indestructible to rise. You've been seeing signs lately, numbers repeating, dreams that feel too real, songs that seem to speak directly to you. These are not random. The universe is whispering through symbols because your soul is finally tuned in. There's a reason you found this message right now and not before. It's because your vibration finally matched your manifestation. I want you to breathe and imagine this, you walking into a new season where you no longer chase what's yours, it simply finds you. You'll notice people who once ignored you trying to reconnect, opportunities that once overlooked you calling your name. It will almost feel surreal, like everything that delayed you suddenly apologizes for the wait. That's the beauty of divine alignment, it comes all at once. Jim Carrey once wrote himself a check for $10 million when he was broke. He dated it for 5 years later and carried it everywhere. Years later, he received that exact amount for his first major movie. That's not luck, that's alignment. When belief meets timing, miracles look like coincidences. Capricorn, this is the season where your belief meets its proof. Ruth met Bose while simply working. No announcements, no signs in the sky, just an ordinary day that changed her destiny. That's how it will happen for you too. It won't come with warning or dramatic signs, it will arrive disguised as ordinary. One message, one call, one encounter, and suddenly your whole life makes sense. Capricorn, everything you prayed for when no one was watching is about to be answered when everyone's looking. You'll go from being overlooked to overbooked, from being doubted to being demanded. That's why your spirit has felt restless. It's sensing the vibration of movement. Something is shifting, quietly but surely. Health will stabilize in ways you didn't expect. Your peace of mind will become your greatest medicine. Your body will respond to your spirit's calm. The anxiety, the restlessness, it's leaving. You're stepping into balance. Wealth will begin to circle back. People who owe you will remember. Forgotten opportunities will resurface. Unexpected refunds, random approvals, sudden breakthroughs, all these are the universe's way of restoring what was taken. Love will find you in silence. It won't need convincing, it will feel peaceful. The person meant for you won't trigger your anxiety, they'll bring calm to it. That's the difference between attachment and alignment. Capricorn, remember this, every ending in your life was secretly a beginning. Every door that closed forced you to walk a higher path. Every loss was an exchange for something greater. Even in history, great darkness always preceded rebirth. The 14th century Black Plague wiped out millions, yet from its ashes came the Renaissance, an age of art, light, and brilliance. Humanity's greatest creations often followed its darkest hours. The same law applies to your life. What died was necessary. What broke was sacred. And now something extraordinary is happening behind the scenes. You might not feel it yet, but your name is being prepared for honor. The energy that once worked against you is now working for you. People who dismissed you are about to mention you with respect. It's not magic, it's divine justice. The universe always balances itself. When you gave love and received pain, that energy was stored, not lost. And now the time has come for release. The scales are being balanced. Capricorn, you're standing in the final hour before your season of recognition. Every sacrifice, every tear, every night of doubt, they were ingredients of your manifestation. So here's what I want you to do. Breathe deeply and type, "I claim it," in the comments right now, not because it's a ritual, but because energy responds to intention. When you declare it, you open the portal. When you engage, you align with the frequency. When you share this message, you expand the vibration to others connected to your destiny. Something massive is aligning, and it's not in the distance, it's already unfolding around you. The signs will come in whispers, a text from someone unexpected, a sudden opportunity, a moment that feels strangely familiar. Capricorn, everything that once confused you is about to make perfect sense. The silence, the losses, the waiting, it was never punishment. It was preparation for what's about to walk right into your life when you least expect it. And when it does, you'll realize you were never being delayed, you were being aligned. Capricorn, listen closely. Something is shifting in your world right now, and you can feel it even though you can't explain it. You've been noticing the strange calm lately, haven't you? The way certain people stopped calling, how your usual routines started breaking, how your emotions suddenly became heavier at night. It's not random. The universe is preparing you for something powerful. This message is your confirmation that you are not going crazy, you are evolving. Before we begin, pause for a second, take a deep breath, and type "I'm ready" in the comments right now. That small act of engagement is a signal to the divine that you're open for what's meant for you. Don't just listen, participate, because what's coming is your alignment. You've been asking for change, Capricorn, but didn't realize that change often starts with chaos. When the caterpillar transforms, everything about it dissolves before it becomes a butterfly. That's what's been happening to you. Your world has been dissolving: jobs, friendships, relationships, identities, because the old version of you can't survive in the life you're about to live. Every disappointment you've faced this year was divine redirection. The doors that closed were answers to prayers you didn't know how to phrase. There's a saying that when God wants to bless you, he first isolates you, and that's exactly what happened. You've been feeling alone, even in a crowd. You've been quieter lately, thinking more, speaking less. You started noticing energy shifts around people, sensing when something wasn't right. You're not imagining it, your spiritual sensitivity has increased. The reason you can't tolerate certain environments anymore is because your vibration has outgrown them. The people who once felt comfortable now feel heavy. That's growth, not loss. You see, there's a hidden beauty in endings. Most people fear them, but Capricorn, you've been chosen to experience endings as rebirth. Look back at your life, notice how every downfall eventually became your breakthrough. You lost people but found purpose. You lost stability but gained clarity. You lost comfort but gained strength. That pattern isn't coincidence, it's divine architecture. Every breakdown you've had was secretly a map getting you to your next level. Take the story of J.K. Rowling, who wrote Harry Potter while broke, rejected, and raising a child alone. She said failure became her foundation. Her life crumbled so her purpose could emerge. That's Capricorn energy. When the world says you can't, you quietly decide, watch me. The reason you've been tested harder than others is because your destiny holds more weight. Diamonds don't form in comfort, they form under pressure. And that pressure you've been feeling wasn't meant to destroy you, it was meant to perfect you. You've noticed the same cycles repeating in your life, haven't you? The same kind of people, the same type of disappointments, the same emotional patterns. You tried everything: prayer, affirmations, even silence, but nothing seemed to change. The reason is simple: those patterns were karmic lessons. Each time you faced them, the universe asked, will you finally choose yourself this time? And recently you did. You walked away from what drained you. You stopped chasing what didn't respect you. That one choice shifted everything. But you haven't seen the results yet, and that's where most people lose faith. The moment after obedience is often the quietest. It feels like nothing is happening, but behind the scenes, everything is rearranging. Capricorn, the universe is currently reassigning blessings that were delayed because of wrong alignments. Every missed opportunity, every rejection, every delay, all of it is being rerouted back to you in divine order. Let's talk about health for a moment, because your energy field has been under invisible strain. The fatigue, the headaches, the random aches in your back or shoulders, they aren't always physical. You've been carrying emotional burdens that don't belong to you. You're an empath by nature. You absorb pain and convert it into wisdom. But this time, it's different. The universe is teaching you how to heal without absorbing. That's why you've been forced into rest lately. Your body is whispering, let me reset. Wealth too is shifting. The reason your finances have felt uncertain is because you were learning energetic discipline. You can't attract abundance while vibrating in scarcity. You had to unlearn fear around money, that constant worry that there's never enough. Every delay in your finances was an initiation into trust. And now, the blockages are lifting. You'll start noticing small shifts first: random credits, forgotten debts being paid, an idea that suddenly becomes profitable. Don't ignore those signs, they're seeds of expansion. Think of Jeff Bezos, who started Amazon in a garage. Everyone thought he was insane for quitting his stable job. He once said, if you double the number of experiments you do per year, you'll double your inventiveness. Capricorn, this is your experiment season. The universe is asking you to take calculated risks again. The fear of failure that once haunted you is fading, because now you understand failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a doorway to mastery. And love, the most unpredictable classroom of all. You've been replaying old relationships in your mind, asking why certain people hurt you, why some connections ended without closure. The truth is, you weren't supposed to understand then. You were supposed to evolve first. That person who couldn't see your worth was your mirror, showing you where you still doubted yourself. You thought love left you, but love was redirecting itself. When true love arrives, it won't come with chaos, it will come with calm. It won't ask you to shrink, it will make you expand. You've probably been dreaming more vividly lately. Maybe you've been seeing oceans, doors, light, or someone calling your name. Those aren't random dreams, they're messages. Water represents emotional cleansing. Doors symbolize new opportunities. Light means clarity is coming. Every dream lately has been preparation for revelation. Pay attention, the universe speaks to you when you're quiet. Capricorn, have you ever wondered why you always feel things before they happen? It's because your intuition is ancient. You've lived many lives, carried many lessons, and every time your soul returned wiser. That's why you're drawn to healing, to truth, to depth. You can sense lies before they're spoken. You can read people's intentions by their energy. But that gift comes with a cost: loneliness. Not because you're unworthy, but because few operate at your frequency. But don't mistake solitude for isolation. You've been hidden for refinement, just like David in the Bible, anointed in private before being revealed in public. No one saw the lions he fought in secret, they only saw the crown. And just like David, your preparation season has been long because your throne is permanent. Temporary blessings require quick preparation. Eternal ones demand process. Do you remember the story of Tyler Perry? He produced play after play, year after year, with almost no audience. He invested everything he had, slept in cars, faced ridicule, and nearly quit. Then one day, people started showing up. The same story, the same play, but this time divine timing said, "Now." That's how destiny works. It repeats the test until the environment matches your readiness. Capricorn, your now is near. The stage is being set, the spotlight is warming, and all that's left is your entrance. Type "My now is near" in the comments, because when you declare it, you magnetize it. Don't underestimate these affirmations. Every time you type, you're reprogramming your energy field. Every time you share this message, you're expanding your manifestation network. Don't just be a listener, be a participant in your destiny. Something extraordinary is happening behind closed doors. Someone is speaking your name with favor in a room you've never entered. A recommendation, a referral, an introduction, all being woven together in silence. You'll think it's coincidence, but it's divine choreography. The pressure in your life lately is because you're at the edge of manifestation. The spiritual womb is contracting. Everything feels tighter because birth is near. The universe doesn't punish through pressure, it delivers through it. That restlessness, that sense of something coming, isn't anxiety, it's intuition. Let's go deeper into your spiritual alignment, because this is where the mystery begins to reveal itself. You've been seeing repeating numbers, 11, 11, 333, 777. Each sequence is a coded message. 11, 11 means alignment, your thoughts and reality are merging. 333 means protection, divine forces are surrounding you. 777 means reward, your patience is being acknowledged. These numbers are not random, they're checkpoints on your path. Have you noticed how people who wronged you lately seem unsettled? That's karma balancing. You didn't have to seek revenge because the universe never forgets balance. Every tear you shed became currency in the spiritual economy. Every betrayal deposited energy into your favor account. And now, interest is due. There's a reason things are starting to flow differently. You might wake up one day soon and realize the anxiety you've carried for months has simply vanished. You'll look around and notice that what used to drain you no longer affects you. That's the sign, spiritual graduation. You've completed a cycle. The next chapter won't feel like survival, it will feel like revival. Think about Nelson Mandela. He was imprisoned for 27 years. The world forgot about him, yet when he was released, he didn't return bitter, he returned as a leader. The cell didn't cage him, it shaped him. Capricorn, you've been in an invisible prison of waiting, but what you thought was confinement was training. You're about to walk out with authority. Something inside you has already shifted. The things that once triggered you no longer do. The people who once controlled your emotions no longer can. That's emotional mastery, and with mastery comes manifestation. Capricorn, in the coming days, you'll receive a sign, a message, a dream, a sudden opportunity that feels too aligned to ignore. It will come quietly, but it will carry divine weight. When it comes, don't second-guess it. Don't overthink it. Say yes, because the universe rewards movement, not hesitation. You may not realize it yet, but your energy is being studied. People around you are watching how you handle your storms. Your calmness is confusing those who expected you to break. That's because you've stopped reacting from fear and started responding from faith. In your love life, a shift is happening too. Someone who once dismissed your energy is being drawn back, not for romance, but for revelation. They'll finally see what they lost, but this time you won't chase, you'll observe, because when you heal, your silence becomes your power. Capricorn, have you noticed how your heart feels lighter lately even when life still looks uncertain? That's the first sign of spiritual arrival, peace before proof. You're no longer desperate for validation. You've stopped explaining yourself to those who don't understand your purpose. That silence you now carry isn't emptiness, it's confidence. Your ancestors are proud. You've broken cycles that haunted generations before you. You refuse to repeat patterns of fear and scarcity. You're the one they whispered about, the one who would end the curse. That's why your journey has been so intense. You're rewriting family karma. Now listen carefully, Because the deeper truth is hidden here, everything you thought you lost is returning, but in higher form. The people who left made room for divine partnerships. The money that slipped away made space for wealth with purpose. The health struggles taught you alignment. Nothing was random. The next phase of your life will require a new version of you, lighter, freer, unapologetic. You'll start noticing you no longer fit in old conversations, old mindsets, old habits. Don't resist that. Evolution always demands departure. And as this transformation continues, there's one final test before the manifestation reveals itself: patience. When everything feels still, that's not absence, it's setup. The silence before the thunder, the pause before the applause. Capricorn, keep your eyes open. The next time you see a butterfly land near you, a feather on your path, or a stranger smile at you for no reason, remember, the universe speaks in gentle signs. Something divine is unfolding around you, and you'll soon understand why everything had to happen exactly the way it did. But not yet. Capricorn, stop scrolling, take a breath. Because this moment right here, right now isn't random. You were meant to hear this message today. There's a shift happening around you, one that has been waiting for years to finally meet you halfway. But before we dive in, take 1 second and press that like button, subscribe and comment, I receive it. Because the more you align with the energy of this message, the faster it begins to manifest into your reality. You've delayed too many blessings because you didn't claim what was already yours. Let's fix that today. For days now, the universe has been whispering around you through small coincidences, sudden chills, and moments when your heart feels heavy for no reason. Capricorn, these signs aren't random. The number you keep seeing, the dream that repeats itself, that sudden pull to isolate yourself, these are all alignments preparing you for the greatest revelation of your life. And it's strange, because people around you think you're just overthinking. But deep down, you know something big is about to happen. You've been carrying a strange silence lately. Even when you speak, you feel unheard. You give, and it feels like nobody gives back. You try to explain your heart, but the more you do, the more they misunderstand you. Yet you're still standing, still trying, still loving. Capricorn, your strength has been tested beyond measure. But here, the hidden truth most people can't see, your silence isn't weakness, it's spiritual preparation. You've been chosen to be still before your breakthrough, because noise would have destroyed your discernment. Think about Job from the Bible, a man who lost everything: his wealth, his health, his children, yet never cursed his faith. He didn't understand why it was happening, but he trusted that the pain had purpose. What if what you're going through now is your Job moment? What if your losses were only clearing space for something greater? The universe never subtracts to hurt, it subtracts to prepare. Not long ago, a woman named Faith shared her story. She had been jobless for 2 years, sleeping on her cousin's couch, applying to hundreds of places with no luck. One day, she saw a message online that said, "Your name will be mentioned in rooms you've never entered." Something inside her clicked. She wrote that phrase on her wall. 3 weeks later, a company she'd never applied to called her for an interview. A friend of a friend had recommended her. She didn't even know that person well. Faith said that day, "I realized I was never unseen. I was being prepared." Capricorn, your season of invisibility has been misunderstood. It wasn't punishment, it was refinement. Now let me speak something that will feel eerily familiar. There was a time you trusted someone too much. You believed their words, you built dreams around them, but all they gave back was betrayal and distance. That heartbreak was supposed to destroy you, but instead, it awakened your intuition. You've started noticing when energy shifts, when someone's words don't match their tone, when a door closes too abruptly. That's not paranoia. That's discernment evolving through pain. You've probably felt that certain people were removed from your life without explanation. Don't chase them. They were never meant to go with you where you're heading. Their exit was divine protection disguised as rejection. Remember the story of Joseph in Genesis? His own brothers sold him out, and what seemed like betrayal was actually the road to royalty. If Joseph had stayed among those who envied him, he would have never reached the palace. Your separation is the setup. Capricorn, right now, you're standing at the edge of something sacred. It's invisible to everyone else, but you can feel it. It's that restless excitement that comes before manifestation. And you've been tested to see if you can hold your blessing without fear. Because wealth, love, and success aren't random gifts. They are responsibilities that require emotional maturity. You've proven that you can hold peace even when chaos surrounds you. You've learned to pray in silence, to trust without answers, to smile while healing. That strength is now opening doors that used to reject you. But there's something deeper that you haven't fully understood yet. The delays were necessary. The people who underestimated you were necessary. The disappointments you cried over were necessary. Every time you thought you were being buried, you were being planted. Like a seed, your darkness was never the end, it was your beginning. The universe had to hide you so your light wouldn't attract vultures before it was ready to shine. Let's talk about something that will make your heart skip a beat: divine timing. There's a reason you're seeing October 31 everywhere. This date isn't random. It's the reset before revelation. Spiritually, this day marks the completion of a long karmic cycle that's been draining your energy. You might notice that things you used to tolerate now feel unbearable. That's because your soul refuses to shrink anymore. Your boundaries are shifting because your blessings are expanding. Look at history. Every great transformation begins with isolation. When Mandela was imprisoned for 27 years, the world thought he was forgotten. But what was happening was transformation. When he walked out of that cell, he didn't come out angry, he came out prepared to lead. Capricorn, your isolation has been your incubation. You're not behind, you're being refined. There's someone watching this right now who has been secretly battling exhaustion. You've smiled through storms, comforted others while quietly falling apart. You've been strong for everyone but yourself. You've mastered the art of hiding pain behind laughter. But tonight, that mask falls off. Because the universe sees you, your ancestors see you. And everything you've prayed for in silence is aligning faster than you can imagine. Let me tell you about Keanu Reeves, a man who faced unbearable loss. He lost his best friend, his partner, and his child, yet he remained kind, humble, grounded. People call him mysterious, but he's not mysterious. He's spiritually mature. He understands what many don't, that peace isn't built from perfect circumstances, it's built from surviving pain without losing compassion. Capricorn, you share that energy. You've survived storms without turning bitter, and that's why blessings are attracted to you. You may not realize it, but you've been in spiritual training. You've been learning how to stay calm while life tests your limits. You've learned to let go when you wanted to hold on. You've learned that not everything lost was meant to be found. The universe was building endurance in you because where you're going, you'll need patience and strength, not perfection. Capricorn, your health is about to stabilize. That long-standing fatigue, those sudden headaches, the emotional weight, it's been energy buildup. When blessings are about to manifest, your body feels it first. The pressure you're feeling isn't sickness, it's transformation. You're shifting from survival mode to abundance mode. And the universe is asking you to declutter, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Release what's heavy, don't carry what's not meant for you. And then there's love, the one area of your life that has tested your faith the most. You've been through cycles of people who couldn't love you at your depth. You've met those who mirrored your wounds, not your heart, but that was only to teach you what you truly deserve. The person coming next isn't like the rest. This connection won't drain you, it will restore you. And the reason it's taken so long is because the universe needed both of you healed before meeting. You don't want a soulmate who's half ready. You want alignment, not attachment. Let me take you to another story, Ruth in the Bible. She lost everything, her husband, her security, her stability. But instead of giving up, she followed Naomi into uncertainty, saying, "Where you go, I'll go." That leap of faith led her straight into destiny, into the arms of Boaz, a man aligned with her purpose. Ruth's pain became her preparation. Capricorn, you've been walking through that same chapter, and the one who is meant for you will recognize your light, not dim it. Financially, your energy is shifting. That project that's been stagnant, it's about to move. The opportunity that ghosted you, it's about to call back. But here's the catch, you have to believe before it happens. When you comment, "I receive it," you're not just typing words, you're activating spiritual permission for manifestation. Every word carries vibration and belief gives it life. You've spoken enough fear into your future. Now it's time to speak prosperity. The universe is aligning people to favor you. Your name is being spoken in rooms where you're not present. Someone is remembering your kindness. Someone is drawn to your energy. And just like that, doors will begin to open seamlessly, effortlessly, divinely. You'll realize that you never had to chase what was already written for you. All you had to do was align. Capricorn, there's a very specific message here for you. Within the next few days, you'll receive a strange message, call, or sign that feels familiar. Don't ignore it. It will look small, but it will unlock something much greater. The universe often hides destiny in the ordinary. That small email, that random encounter, that sudden nudge to check your messages, it's all part of the plan. You might have noticed lately that you're remembering old dreams or thinking about something you once wanted to do years ago. That's not nostalgia, that's divine recall. Spirit is reminding you of the version of yourself that was fearless before life dimmed your spark. That dream isn't dead, it's waiting for your permission to live again. Capricorn, you are the storm before peace, the silence before the announcement, the pause before applause. And as strange as it sounds, the best things often arrive after the longest silence. The world hasn't seen your final form yet. You've been too focused on survival to realize you've already crossed over into your breakthrough. Stay alert in the coming hours. Strange coincidences will unfold. People you haven't heard from in ages will resurface. Conversations will loop back to topics you thought were over, and certain obstacles will suddenly disappear without explanation. Don't question it. That's what divine intervention looks like when it's finally your turn. And when it happens, and it will, remember this moment. Remember the night you heard this message and something in your spirit said, "This is for me," because it is. Every word, every sign, every silence was leading here. But the true revelation, the one that ties everything together, is just beginning to show itself. And once you see it, you'll never doubt your power again.